Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. The market has been running hot today, and I've got some things to say on this topic, but first, I want to open this video by just saying, look, I've been holding XRP for over 6 years now because the big money is in the waiting. Do you know who said that? I'm going to share that with you at the beginning part of the video, but it's just a truth, and I fully embrace this. And it's because I believe the waiting, like, this is what it takes to achieve life-changing wealth in crypto. And of course, all of us, that have been holding XRP since before the SEC sued Ripple have been holding a lot longer than perhaps we thought we'd need to, granted, but that's life. It's not our fault that happened. And, the empowering thing about all of this is that we do still have this opportunity for life-changing wealth despite that. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And who said that quote? Who said that whole thing, that whole silly-sounding thing about, it's all about the waiting? Well, that would be none other than Charlie Munger, who unfortunately passed away several days ago. Charlie Munger, of course, most famous for having built up Berkshire Hathaway along with Warren Buffett. And I think that Berkshire Hathaway now is something like, don't quote me on this, but I think I read something like $1 trillion in assets under management. Whatever it is, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I understand that Charlie Munger was anti-crypto, but he was also 99 years old. Okay, let's just be real. The people like Gen Z and the millennials, we all on it, right? I'm like an elder millennial, if you will, but we're on it. The younger people are more likely to embrace it, so I'm not surprised. But despite that, it doesn't take away from the fact that he done some amazing things in his life, and the mentality that he has, which he applied to stocks, generally speaking, it absolutely is it's the same mindset that's required when it comes to investing in general, especially in crypto, the most volatile asset class on the entire damn planet. And so this article here is from Yahoo. I'm not going to read it, but the quote that I wanted to highlight is right here, I believe. Here we go. The big money is not in the buying and the selling, but in the waiting. And that is the truth. And most of what it is to invest in crypto, on the surface, it's kind of boring because for most of the time I've been in crypto, it's been moving down or sideways. That's most of it. And then occasionally you get these big exciting periods where it just shoots onto the upside. And I love that. That's the most fun part of being in crypto. It's just those moments are few and far between. But the cool thing is we're into that. So far as I can tell, we're in it. And so in the meantime, yes, we do have to wait. It's just that so many people have so much trouble with this, which is why my strategy has been to just not be like them. It's been simply just hold. And there's another quote from him, and Charlie Munger said, "I'm trying to be not stupid instead of very intelligent." And I know he wasn't talking about crypto, but that comment basically sums up my approach to crypto. I don't try and be smart in time markets and get in and out of positions or go stupid and then think that I'm smart by investing in small cap meme coins and stuff like that. The tiny, no. The small cap coins, with rare exception, are not for me, right? And so I try to not be stupid, and I'm not trying to be super smart either. I'm just taking a pretty reasonable approach by being in the market for a long period of time, for me now over 6 years, and investing in large cap coins and mid cap coins. And now I'm way up. Despite things not panning out for XRP yet because of the SEC, I fully blame them. We would have had a new all-time high for XRP if not for the SEC. But if I knew 6 years ago I'd have this much of my net worth in crypto in terms of what the dollar figure is, it would have blown my simple little mind. So I'm thrilled about it. I still haven't cashed out into USD, but I believe that I will after this next market cycle. And look at where things are going. And I want to spend the rest of the video talking about this because XRP, 62 cents, moving in tandem with Bitcoin. Bitcoin now, $39,514. And a couple of things on this. So at the time I'm recording this, in case anyone's curious, I call this today just because I haven't slept yet. Technically, it's December 3rd. It's now Sunday, technically, but it doesn't count until I go to sleep, damn it. It is 3:47 a.m. because I record videos at weird times because as far as I'm aware, I don't have any children. No guarantees. No, kidding. I'm kidding. No kids. So I get to do weird stuff like this, but it's 3:47 a.m. And so it doesn't count as tomorrow until I actually go to sleep. But, Bitcoin, it jumped above $39,000 around, what time we want to call this? Say roughly around, let's just say about 1 p.m. So, we're picking up close to 15 hours ago, and it has sustained that. Ever since it broke above that $39,000 level, it's been above it, and a fair bit above it, in fact, which is interesting. And I also wanted to point out, and this shouldn't shock you if you've been around for more than 5 minutes, but worth pointing out from time to time, and for those of you looking at the screen, you can see what I'm talking about. Here's the XRP chart for 24 hours. Here's the Bitcoin chart for 24 hours. Let me just flip back and forth between the two a bunch here. That's the same damn chart. XRP is just following, which is what we want to see. So Bitcoin leads the way, and you see a lot of times XRP moving perfectly in tandem. Bitcoin will reach escape velocity first. It's eventually going to hit a new all-time high. And then if history is to repeat, based on what we've seen in the past, now that the SEC's out of the way, XRP will lag behind, although who knows, maybe won't lag as much as 2017 / early 2018. It could, though. Historically, we should expect that. And then it hits a new all-time high in interest price discovery. That's what's in the cards here. So we have a lot to look forward to. And I want to share with you a couple things from my fellow XRP YouTuber, the Blockchain Backer, unquestionably, not just one of the best chart analysts within the XRP community, but one of the very best chart analysts in all of crypto, full stop. Like, he absolutely is. And he shared this chart, which is a crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin. And he wrote the following. And this was today, this afternoon. So fine, technically yesterday, whatever. I'm calling it today, though, at 2:48 p.m. Central Time, my time zone. And he said, today, Bitcoin and Ethereum hit the highest prices since May 2022. Altcoin market teasing the great escape. And so if history is to repeat in the way that we want it to, perhaps we see a huge break to the upside, though it's not technically guaranteed. I just got to tell you, with all of the... Set aside the chart stuff, because I've seen the arguments from a ton of chart analysts. I highlight their perspectives on my channel fairly regular in certain videos. Aside from that, if you look at other factors, on-chain metrics, macro factors, what's happening on social media, just pick a different category of what you can do, what you can look at in terms of analyzing what's happening with Bitcoin and the broader crypto asset class. All signs point to this thing's about to blast off. It's not just about the chart. Look at everything. Look at the whole picture. So there's no guarantee, and fine, maybe the thing breaks down and then it teases us for a longer period of time and we actually don't see a new all-time high for Bitcoin for over another year, whatever it may be. Okay, and there are people that think that that's possible. It's not the craziest idea. I'm hoping that's not the case. But we are at a point right now where we're going to find out what the conviction is directionally in terms of Bitcoin price action in the very short term here. Which is exciting, and I'm optimistic we're going to be seeing some positive stuff here. And there are some that think, maybe we're only going to see upper 48,000s, maybe 50,000, then it craters back down. Then we really don't see another big move up for over a year within the next year or two. Okay, well, I don't pretend to know. I never know, which is why I have my dumb strategy. I'm just trying to not be stupid. I'm trying to make my investment process as idiot-proof as possible by just removing involvement. It's just I buy stuff and then I literally do nothing for however long it takes. I mean, the XRP that I bought over 6 years ago, it's still just sitting there. I don't touch it. It's just there, and either I'm right and it's worth a fortune and I'll sell it in the future, or I'm wrong and it goes to zero. That's my bet. That's what it's been ever since I saw the market crumbling in 2018. I was like, oh, we're going to the bear market. Probably going to be here for a while, and we were. But that's it. Because my conviction has never been stronger, period. We're going to hit a new all-time high with XRP. We're going to enter price discovery. That is my conviction. And if I'm wrong, so be it. I'm an adult. I'm a big boy. If I lose my money, I'll lose my money. And that could happen, but I really don't believe that's what's most probable. Then there was this, and this is so telling. I love this. Oh my God. If you guys can look at the chart, if you're not driving or anything like that, take a look at this. This is a Bitcoin USD chart shared by the Blockchain Backer. My God. This is why I said, this is one of many reasons why I said that Blockchain Backer is among the best analysts in crypto, period. Just like full stop, not just within the XRP community. He consistently nails stuff. So here's a chart, and this is going back through, well, the far left would be the year 2020. And so you can see this last market cycle when Bitcoin hit its tops. That would have been, what, November of 2021. And as the market was at its top, everybody believed that it was going to keep going higher, right? As evidenced by this poll. So the blockchain backer and social media platform X put out a poll on November 14th, 2021. And this was probably just days after the actual top, if I'm looking at this chart properly. I think I am. So it was like right after the top. And so people are just really excited. Oh, it's going to keep going. It's going to keep running, right? So what comes next? There were two options in this poll. Bitcoin equals $100,000 or Bitcoin equals $20,000. Which one of those was going to happen first? What did people think was going to happen? Now, the blockchain backer, if you were following him at the time, you knew that he said, this thing's over. This was the top of the Bitcoin bull cycle. He's about the only person that was saying that, and he got so much crap from so many analysts. Some of them were outright rude, which really turned me off to some of them. I won't name names here, but some of them were, and I remember them, and they were rude. So like, I don't care if they disagree and they want to debate and say, that's fine, as long as they're being tactful. It's just the rudeness that bothered me. But the blockchain backer was right, and the rest of them were wrong. He held the minority position, and he was correct. So 64.4% of respondents said, yeah, Bitcoin's going to be hitting $100,000. And only 35.6% of respondents to this poll said that Bitcoin would hit $20,000 first. That's what would come next. And if you thought it was going to 100K, you were wrong. If you thought that the next thing to happen would be Bitcoin would hit $20,000, you were right. But you'd be in the minority if you held that position, which proves the point that the masses are almost always wrong. That's just how it is. Even within the people that follow him. It's human nature. And it's not to disparage the people, it's just to acknowledge these are what the human machines do. Like, these are what the humans do. This is it pretty much. And it did crater after that, as you can see on the screen. And then he ran another poll. And this is just again, it just proves how good he is at this stuff. He put out another poll. December 21st, 2022, so almost a year ago, and it was the same question, what comes next? Two options. Bitcoin equals, and by the way, I'll note that at the time, Bitcoin was, I don't know exactly, but it was probably around $16,000 or so, December 21st of last year. So $16,000 Bitcoin roughly. And what comes next? Two choices. Either Bitcoin goes to $40,000 or Bitcoin goes to $12,000. What do you think people thought was the most probable? 35.1%, because again, this is bear mode. This is sad time, right? Everybody's a sad panda. 35.1% of respondents said Bitcoin is going to 40,000, like 35%. But 64.9% responded Bitcoin is going to $12,000. Probably the same people that at the top of the cycle, in November of 2021, probably the same people that thought that Bitcoin was going to $100,000 because it's about the same percentage. So some people ain't learning their lessons here. But the blockchain backer put out these polls at particularly interesting points in time. The first one I shared with you marked the top of the cycle, and he was talking. He said, no, this is the top. And then at the bottom, what was he saying? And he did, when he put out that poll, that was right at the bottom. And now we've been climbing out of it. And so the people that voted Bitcoin's going to $12,000 were wrong. And fine, technically Bitcoin hasn't hit $40,000 yet, so technically they could still be proven right. In which case, I'll make a hilarious video about that in the future. But we're knocking on 40,000's door. Like, it's about to happen. Again, what did I say? So what is it now, the time recorded? $39,505. That's what it is at the time that I'm recording this latest Munger hot jam. So there's a lesson in this. There's a lesson in this. A couple of things you can take away. Obviously, the masses are almost always wrong, but the market always comes back. It always does. That's why I have my stupid strategy, my stupid-ass, boring, unsophisticated strategy investing in crypto. It freaking works. I buy stuff and I do nothing. And then when I have more money, as I've had more money over the years, because I have a few income streams, as I earn money, I got to put it somewhere, and I put a chunk of it in crypto. I've been doing that for over 6 years now, from time to time. Then there are long periods of time where I haven't, because I feel like I'm just ready for this thing to take off. I put a whole lot in, and then I earn more money. It's got to go somewhere, and I put it in. And that's it. It's that unsophisticated. You know, you don't have to be some sort of professional to do this. It's just get exposure. It's the same concept investing in equities. You don't have to be, some sort of wizard to plan for your retirement by investing in the stock market. mutual funds and index funds and all that stuff. You don't have to be a wizard. You just have to do it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to be a little sloppy. It's just, and people worry too much about the little things and commissions going to, financial representatives, so on and so forth. It's just the point. Just get the money in. Just do something, because most people get this paralysis where they're not doing anything, and that's far worse than worrying about little details like that. The point is, just take the damn action. So that's been my mentality when it comes to investing, broadly speaking, and I have applied that to crypto because I know for sure it works in legacy finance like equities, and it sure as hell works in crypto. Oh, it sure as hell does. You just got to be, I think you need to be more diligent because there's much more risk in crypto. And things are moving fairly fast, and some coins may never come back, and you got to watch. And, imagine that you had everything in Luna, for example, a year and a half ago. Well, if you weren't watching that, that went to zero. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it bounced back a little bit since then. But either way, whether that did or didn't happen, I thought I saw something in the newsfeed, and I just rolled my eyes. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's neither here nor there. The point is that regardless, you do need to just pay a little bit more attention in that regard. But as long as you have broad exposure, and if you have exposure to large and mid cap coins, you're probably going to be in pretty damn good shape here overall, right? So anyway, shout out and props and credit to the blockchain backer for absolutely nailing this thing. So we are at this inflection point. We don't know exactly what's going to happen next, but I'll just say I personally am more optimistic that we're going to be seeing a lot of positive fireworks, and I don't know for sure. I'm just a dude. But the good thing is, I'm not a chart analyst, and if my suspicion is wrong and we go back down, I'll keep earning more money, and then I'll just buy more crypto. And then when it finally does go, which is inevitable, then I'll make that much more money. Oh, so sad. No, I'm not. That'll still be fantastic. However long this takes, because I can't control these things. The stuff that is outside of my control, I just try to not worry about. Like the SEC nonsense, that harmed me, that harmed you, it harmed all of us, right? And if we have to wait years, even if we're wrong, so we're all excited things going to take off. What if we're wrong and it takes you? Okay, whatever. I can't control that. I can control certain things, but I can't control that. And as long as I keep earning money, I'm just going to keep plowing it into this damn thing, because I think it's going to be worth an absolute fortune. There's just never been an opportunity like this in the history of our species, yet here we are living through this. It's a once-in-a-species event. You can't just recreate... Like, once the genie's out of the bottle, and it is, you can't just recreate this moment in time. You just can't. Here's a post from chart analyst Credible Crypto. And here, I'll make this full screen. This chart was this a dominance chart? Yeah, market cap Bitcoin dominance chart. And this is fascinating. So here's what he shared this evening, 9:35 p.m. Central Time. Alt season trending as Bitcoin dominance sits comfortable at 53%, maintaining its uptrend and a higher low. As I said in my last tweet a few weeks ago, Bitcoin dominance is still trending up with no signs of slowing down, and we don't have any sort of a trend shift in this unless we dip below 48%, which is not going to happen here in my opinion. The biggest moves on Bitcoin are yet to come, and I expect dominance to continue to plow higher. During this time, there will always be some alts that outperform, especially during windows where Bitcoin is ranging / consolidating. But things will change quickly when Bitcoin breaks out and starts trending again. Yeah, that's right. And so we have seen stuff like that, like Solana popped off. That's just one example off the top of my head. There have been some others. But mostly it's just been, trending in the upward direction for altcoins following Bitcoin, which is fun to see still. So there will be some outliers that do pop off first, but Bitcoin's going to lead the market. But then we do get to have the fun, because eventually that dominance is just going to crater when alts pick up. That's the strong suspicion here. So there's definitely a lot to look forward here. And let me share with you this also. There's a headline from the Daily Hodl. Bitcoin's 2022 bear market differed in one critical way compared to its 2018 slump, crypto analyst Jamie Coots. Former Bloomberg intelligence analyst Jamie Coots says one metric shows a key difference between Bitcoin's bearish phases in 2018 and 2022. Coots says that the number of Bitcoin accumulation addresses soared in the 2022 bear market, while they decreased in the 2018 Bitcoin market slump. And so, folks, this is just how it goes. The earlier on you invested in crypto, the more risk you took on, because there were much greater unknowns. I mean, if you go back a decade, there was still, and it was much more reasonable to question back then, was this asset class even going to continue to exist? And there were some people that had strong conviction, and they ended up being right. But it was newer, and it was more reasonable to be having those types of questions. And when XRP came out, because I mean, it wasn't until I think August of 2013 that XRP was first tracked and traded on an exchange. If memory serves, I could be wrong on that, but at a minimum, I know that was the first time that it was tracked. And like if you go back to the historical snapshots on, for instance, like CoinMarketCap, I do know that that's the case. So anyway, it's been over a decade. But if you were among the first to purchase XRP, well, what the hell? Do you know that's tremendous risk? Just like if there's a new coin that launches a month from now. It's just this thing nobody's heard of. Maybe it is the next thing that becomes a top 10 crypto in terms of market cap, and it's a small cap, when you find out about it. But the risk, my God. And so what you have happening here is with each market cycle, even after the bear market, we see, oh, there's another bear market, yet the thing's still here. That crypto, magic internet money, that stuff, oh, it's still here. And then people gain confidence, oh, I guess it's really not going away. And that's right, it's not going away. Even if a lot of the coins that we hold, even if we're wrong about XRP, and XRP goes to zero and it goes away, we're still right about the crypto asset class. And I don't think we're wrong about XRP, but you get the point I'm making, right? And so with each subsequent market cycle, there's that much of a stronger conviction. And so that's part of it for me, but a lot of it really is just utility, because I'm a utility guy. Like when it comes to cryptocurrencies being used, that's what is of the utmost importance to me, because in a mature market, that's what everyone's going to be looking at, right? And so it's just so fascinating. This is proof. And that's why I said, even if we entered a bear market and we crater on down, we do see $12,000 Bitcoin, which I don't think is probable, to be honest with you. I'm just saying if. The off chance, the wildly off chance that happens, I don't care in the end. I will buy more stuff and then it will still take off. And so people are getting this. This article, I'm going to share more with you right now, but that's what this shows. That's so exciting. And again, I know it's Bitcoin, but Bitcoin leads the market. We need Bitcoin to keep doing what it's doing, and then XRP takes off, and this is gonna dwarf the returns that anybody will get for Bitcoin. You're not going to be getting life-changing wealth from Bitcoin anytime soon if you just jumped in. Let me just say that. But with XRP, depending on how much you put on it, I mean, it's just going to this is my belief. This market cycle, it will dwarf whatever Bitcoin does. But again, happy to see Bitcoin leading the way, and it's proving this point. And the same thing is true with XRP. More people jumping into XRP. You can see the number of XRP addresses now versus half a decade ago. It's just how it is. Everything's looking incredible. So the piece continues. According to Coots, the increase in accumulation addresses indicates a stronger belief in the future of Bitcoin. Quote, one of these Bitcoin bear markets is not like the other. Accumulation addresses, bought twice and never sold. In 2018, negative 20%. In 2022, plus 60%. Conviction, end quote. Yep, that's about right. And you can see the positive sentiment increasing with XRP as time has passed. And the legal clarity, let's be real, that doesn't hurt, does it? That definitely doesn't hurt. You can see the institutional money that's been pouring in since July, especially. And before that, I mean, there's certainly institutional money, they're placing their bets before the legal decision came up from Judge Torres, but post that, yeah, you saw another tick up, which is great to see. It's what you'd expect, right? Piece continues. Bitcoin is trading at $38,825 at the time of writing, up 2.8% in the last 24 hours. Another big difference in the crypto space over the past several years, says Coots, is that there was a massive increase in daily active users, which is the number of unique addresses transacting on a blockchain each day. And so here's a quote. And again, this is certainly true that the same concept applies to XRP. There are more people, there are more transactions, duh. But again, I'm pointing this out to show this is directionally what we need to see to have this actual level of conviction and confidence in crypto. This is a good reason to sleep easy at night, as far as I'm concerned. And so here's the quote. Crypto daily active users in Layer 1/Layer 2s in 2019, 200,000. In 2023, 5 million. That's right, from 200,000 to 5 million crypto daily active users in Layer 1/Layer 2s. Not even close, folks. Yeah, that crypto thing with the magic internet money thing, yeah, it's kind of just a little bit or a lot here to stay. Just say. And then he says 4-year compound annual growth rate 123%. Let's see where this goes. End quote. Oh yes, yes, we will see where this goes. Up is the answer. I've never been more convinced of this in my entire damn life. This is the most exciting thing on the planet to me, which is why I love running this YouTube channel. And I get to nerd out with people like you who have equal interest, which is the greatest thing on the planet. It would be so, oh my God, if I were alone in this, that would suck. I'm so glad I have the XRP community. Because, I mean, my youngest brother, he's pretty into crypto. He's into crypto. But, and I know that since when I jumped in, you know, over 6 years ago, but I didn't understand the degree to which he is until maybe, when did I find that? Within the last couple of years. So for most of the last 6 years, I didn't realize that. And so I can talk to him a little bit about that from time to time, but other than that, I don't really have anybody in my life that gives a damn sufficiently about this. Like, a lot of my family and friends, they own some crypto, but they're not watching. I don't know. They probably pretty much just got Bitcoin and whatever. They're not like you and I, let's say. You know, because you and I, we're in the weeds here. Like, we are tracking this stuff, and we understand the life-changing potential in all of this. But and that's why I've invested accordingly. Let's just say that I have positioned myself in such a way that I do not need a particularly large multiplier effect on the totality of my personal crypto holdings to have what is equivalent to a winning lottery ticket. But it's taken me 6 years to get to this point, and just holding through. I held through the entirety of the last 2 cycles. Or I say entirety. I jumped in at the end of 2017, but you get the cut of my jib. I just been holding is the point. But now, with how much I have now, and just unless this goes terrifically wrong, my intent is to finally cash out into United States dollars as this gets heated up. And I'll be talking about the moves that I personally am making. But recently, I've just been purchasing some stuff because, I mean, compared to where things are going to be once the market heats up, I mean, like, almost no altcoins have really taken off. They've been moving in tandem with Bitcoin, sure, and they're a little bit, broadly speaking, a little bit higher than, you know, like the middle of October, sure. But even altcoins, broadly speaking, they haven't been rocketing. So there's still a ton of opportunity. And so I've been taking advantage of that over the last, 6, 7, 8 weeks, whatever it's been. But man, get ready, son. Lots to look forward to. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.